So we will be holding a 50-50 raffle this evening, and hopefully everyone had a chance to buy a raffle ticket. So I'm just waiting for one of the members of the Women's Civic Chamber to bring me the raffle bucket, and we'll pull the ticket. So just hang on for a few minutes, and we'll have that ready to go. So the winning ticket number is 6535395, and it's a blue ticket. That helps. Raise your hand if you have the winning ticket.
Say it again. Right here.
One more time, okay. Over here. Nancy. All right. Nancy Heath is our winner. Thank you. All right. Congratulations. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. So, good evening. My name is Kathy Wigger, and I'm the president of the Saranac Lake Women's Civic Chamber, and I'll be your mistress of ceremony tonight. For those of you who don't know, we're an organization that's been active for over 60 years. We promote community and civic improvements with an emphasis on youth projects. We would like to make a special mention of the members of past royal families that are no longer with us. This includes Roseanne Hickey, who was Queen in 2019, Jim Bishop, King in 1993, and John Lansgan, King in 2017. So at this time, I'd like to ask everyone to stand for the presentation of our state and national flags by the Saranac Lake Volunteer Fire Department. Let's have a moment of silence to honor our men and women serving in our armed forces. Okay, everyone, please remain standing and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance, which will be followed by the national anthem sung by members of the Northern Lights Choir. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'm proud to welcome each and every one of you to the opening of the 2023 Saranac Lake Winter Carnival. Our festivities always begin with a prayer. Isn't it beautiful? And I'd like to introduce Pastor Joanne White of the First Presbyterian, who will lead us in the invocation.
Friends, Romans, and North Country men, women, and children, lend me your ears. Let us appeal to the heavens for the blessing of our evening and our carnival. Let us pray. Almighty God, we call you by many names, and yet you are one. You have blessed us with winter in abundance. Snow blankets our mountains. Lakes are at last locked in ice. Your cold takes our breath away. As your wintry people, may we layer up and venture forth to play amid the beauty of your good creation. We ask your blessing upon our carnival. Strengthen our arms for frying pan tossing. Grant us a spirit of healthy competition and good sportsmanship for skiing and snowshoeing and curling and skating and Arctic golfing. Make our meals tasty with delectable chocolate and savory barbecue and fiery chili. Inspire our parade with wild creativity and fun floats and funky new dance moves. May all our libations be poured out in a spirit of friendship and goodwill and healthy moderation. May our gladiators be valiant, our centurions peaceful. As the temperature drops, may our spirits rise, and may our toes be as warm as our hearts. And all God's people say, Amen.
Thank you, Pastor Joanne. Now I'd like to ask our Mayor, Jimmy Williams, to read the official proclamation.
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to take one quick minute to recognize the Women's Civic Chamber, as well as the Winter Carnival Committee, all the folks who've helped with the ice palace, braving the elements. This place would not be the same without you. So thank you. And now it is my great honor to read the Mayor's Proclamation. Whereas the Village of Saranac Lake has held a winter carnival as a diversion during the winter months for 126 years. And whereas the Winter Carnival Committee invites the residents and guests to celebrate with games, parties, skating, skiing, dancing, dinners, worship, and concerts. They also invite you to view the symbol of our carnival, the Ice Palace. Now be it resolved that I, Jamie Williams, Mayor of the Village of Saranac Lake, do hereby declare that the time between February 3rd and February 12th as the official 126th Winter Carnival. Let everything throughout the area be enjoyed by one and all. And now, let the festivities begin.
Thank you, Jimmy. It's time for Sarah the Snowy Owl. Sarah is our official mascot. So just so everyone knows, Sarah's been at our coronations for her 24th time. So thank you for all making her feel welcome. And thank you, Sarah. I'd like to introduce our Grand Marshals, Kathy and Roger Steinbrook. And now I will ask past kings and queens to please stand and be recognized. Now it's time for me to introduce you to our Chamberlain, Diana Schwartz. Diana was born in Quincy, Illinois. Diana was born in Quincy, Illinois. She met her husband John in Arizona, and they were married in October of 1983. It was John's love of the North Country that moved him to the Adirondack on New Year's Eve, 1987. They have two amazing daughters, Sarah and Becky, who graduated from Saranac Lake High School. Sarah had the privilege to be part of the 2004 Winter Carnival Court. She also has 5 grandchildren, Colden, Lydia, Huxley, River, and Nora, who she adores and can't wait to spend more time with them when she retires. She's been working at the Saranac Lake High School since October of 2006. Diana has spent many years coaching volleyball, softball, and soccer within the Saranac Lake schools. She also loves riding her bike, quilting, and spending time with her grandkids. Diana was shocked and surprised when asked to be this year's Winter Carnival Chamberlain and is thankful for the opportunity to spend time with these amazing students. She wishes everyone a happy and safe time roaming around Carnival.
Good evening and happy Carnival. Kathy, thank you for that introduction. A huge thank you to the Saranac Lake Women's Civic Chamber, who once again sponsored tonight's coronation. This group works diligently to support so many community events. I'd also like to take a minute and thank the High School Winter Carnival Court in selecting me to represent them as this year's Chamberlain. What an honor and a privilege. Honestly, when they asked me, I thought I was accepting the non-speaking part. So imagine my surprise when I was told otherwise. I'd also like to give a shout out to my family who is in the Midwest. I don't know why they didn't want to come here tonight. But hey everybody, love you guys. I was relieved when I was told that I only needed to say a few words, so I shortened my 12-page speech to 3 paragraphs. When I heard what the theme was for Carnival, I was sure that I'd be riding in a chariot for my grand entrance. I also thought I would wear a toga. Do you know how hard it is to find long-sleeve, turtleneck, fleece-lined togas? Absolutely impossible. I suspect the togas we see in the parade will not be long-sleeve or fleece-lined. More likely, they'll be more in line with this year's new events, Blue Buns, Wheelapalooza. Speaking of togas, during homecoming week, the senior class wore togas for one of their spirit days. My favorite picture of the week was the senior who was wearing a toga at BOCES while surveying. Nice job, Harrison. Thankfully, the competition during Carnival are more mild-mannered than the events that took place in the Coliseum. However, with a slip of a mitten, there could be some serious injuries at the fry pan toss. I also think it would be a great addition to add some cardboard cutouts of our favorite people. Perhaps a cutout of Mr. Dan, dressed as one of the high school female staff members. He looked great as Mrs. Plum. Another event that I'm a little confused about, the fun run. I'm sorry. Those two words just do not go together. The only time they smile is when they cross the finish line. And Mitchell and I share that same sentiment. In Italy, they don't use maps because all roads lead to Rome. In the Adirondacks in February, all roads lead to Saranac Lake to view the spectacular ice palace. The ancient Romans have nothing on us. While the Colosseum was an architectural wonder, our ice palace is as equally impressive. So here we go. Hear he, hear he, hear he. By order of the Women's Civic Chamber and the Saranac Lake Winter Carnival Committee, I, Diana Schwartz, Chamberlain for the Coronation of the 2023 Saranac Lake Winter Carnival, invite all subjects, guests, and visitors to celebrate this coronation of royalty. The Winter Carnival Committee further proclaims that the events of the Saranac Lake Winter Carnival be for the enjoyment and pleasure of all. Now, let the royal subjects go forth from this coronation to tell of the competitive events, the color of the kiddie parade, the gracefulness of the skiers, the splendor of the grand parade, the beautiful carnival symbol, the ice palace, and to tell again and again of the excitement and wonderment seen in the eyes of all as they watch each event unfold before, with the grand finale being the storming of the ice palace. Let the spirit of this, the oldest winter carnival in the eastern United States, swell from the mountaintops of this Adirondack community. By the order of the Winter Carnival Committee, let the carnival begin. It is my pleasure to present the 2023 Winter Carnival Court. In introducing the Winter Carnival Court, they all want you to know they are honored, thankful, and grateful to be chosen by their peers to represent the high school for the Winter Carnival. Some of them are fulfilling lifelong family traditions. They want everyone to have a fun, safe, happy, exciting, fantastic, wonderful, memorable, amazing, and jubilant carnival. Couple number one, Kaylin Lee Mader and Nicholas Garwood Munn. Kaylin is the daughter of Ruth and Michael Mader and younger sister to Dylan, Madeline, and Gwendolyn. She participates in several sports, including soccer, Nordic skiing, and lacrosse. She is currently vice president and has been a class officer for all 4 years. She performs in the spring musicals, plays the drum set and jazz band, is a member of the Women's Vocal Ensemble, Student Council, National Honor Society, and Key Club. She's volunteered for the Ironman and works at Adirondack Popcorn Store in Lake Placid. Nicholas is the son of Brian and Kara Pandolf Munn, and the great-grandson to Chuck Pandolf, the first local king of Winter Carnival. He is the brother to older sister Madeline, older brother Benjamin, twin brother Braden. Nicholas is a student in the New Vision Education Program and hopes to teach the next generation. Nicholas is a 3-sport athlete, participating in football, hockey, and baseball. In his free time, Nicholas enjoys hanging out with his friends and being with his families and pets. Couple number two, Chloe Lynn Skiff and Harrison Jew Carliston. certification in September of 2022. Harrison is a 3-year varsity athlete playing soccer and tennis. Harrison likes to give back to his community by volunteering at the Iron Man, rugby weekends, and also riding with the Saranac Lake Rescue Squad. Harrison plans to go to college in the fall and pursue a teaching degree. Couple number 3, Ryan Ashley Kidder and Mitchell Robert Ellsworth. Ryan is the daughter of Dean and Tonita Kidder and is the 4th daughter of 8 children. Ryan is a 4-year track athlete. Ryan grew up playing soccer and also took up dance. She's a member of Key Club, Student Council, and Yearbook. She's also been a student board representative for the past 2 years. She plans on attending college this fall. Mitchell is the son of Cy and Vicki Ellsworth and younger brother to Zach. He's a 3-season varsity athlete participating in indoor, outdoor track, and football, where he's a captain. Mitchell is also the president of the class of 2023, Key Club, National Honor Society. He currently is involved in a New Vision education and looks forward to a career as a teacher and an administrator. Couple number 4, Carly Elizabeth Getz and Morgan Albert Martin. Carly is the daughter of Ryan and Tracy Getz and older sister of Zachary. Carly is a 4-year, 3-season athlete playing soccer, hockey, and softball. Carly is involved in Key Club and volunteers with the American Red Cross Blood Drive in our community. Carly is part of the New Visions education program and plans to attend college in the fall. Morgan is the son of Mike and Amy Martin, younger brother to Wyatt, older brother to Sadie, Tess, and Josie. Morgan is a 4-year, 3-season athlete competing in varsity cross country, Nordic skiing, and track and field. Morgan enjoys volunteering with the National Honor Society and Scout Troop 12. After high school, Morgan plans to study adolescent education in college. Couple number 5, Bella Irene Cook and Owen Daniel Maori. Bella is the daughter of Amy Mott and Scott Cook and sister to Isaac Hutter. Bella plays soccer in the fall and was named one of the captains this past season. Bella skis during the winter while also teaching ski lessons at Mount Pisco and plans to play softball in the spring. Bella has also participated in both Key Club and Yearbook Club. In the fall, Bella plans to attend college to further her education. Owen is the son of Daniel and Mandy Maori, older brother to Olive and Finian, and younger brother to Ruby. Owen is a 4-year athlete competing in varsity basketball, track, and co-captaining the varsity soccer team for 2 years. Owen is part of the New Visions education program and enjoys working with the youth of his community. Owen hopes to continue his education and play soccer at the collegiate level. Couple number 6, the court spokespeople, Jacqueline J. Key Lau, and Sam Allen Ash. Jacqueline is the daughter of Jennifer Kuhfeld and younger sister to Evan. In school, Jacqueline is the secretary of her class, secretary of the student council, the social media coordinator for Key Club, as well as a member of the National Honor Society and Women's Ensemble. Jacqueline attends the BOCES cosmetology program and will get her license in late spring. She plans to further her education in criminal justice psychology. In her free time, she enjoys getting together with friends and family, reading and baking. Sam is the son of Shane and Ashley Ash, an older brother of Madison and Anna. Sam is a 4-year, 3-sport athlete who loves running competitive as a captain of the cross-country and outdoor track teams, as well as a proud captain of the Nordic ski team in the winter. Sam also participates in the men's ensemble and jazz band and is an officer in the National Honor Society. Sam plans on attending college in the fall to further his running and educational career. Couple number 7. Attendance to the King and Queen. Annalise Justine Dram and Braden Charles Munn. Annalise is the daughter of Cecily and Ara Dram and the sister of Helena Dram. Annalise is a dancer at the Lake Placid School of Dance. She has also been taught ballet, modern and jazz dance styles by Emerge 125 and the American Ballet Theater. She is the president of the student council and co-president of the National Honor Society. Annalise plans to pursue a higher education in journalism and public relations to further her passion for writing. Braden is the son of Brian and Carol Candle Munn, brother of older sister Madeline, older brother Ben, and twin brother Nicholas, who is also part of the court this year. He's a 4-year, 3-season athlete who also participates in the New Vision education program, which he loves. Braden plans to study music in college as he plays the piano and drums and loves to make music. Now it is time for me to introduce to you our princess and prince. Our 2023 princess is Betsaida Harris. Betsaida is from the Bronx, New York, daughter of Saxon, Taina Harris, and older sister of Daquan and Jackson. She graduated from Pace High School in Manhattan and is now a student at Paul Smith College, which majors in business management and psychology. She expects to graduate in November of 2023. She volunteers with the Manhattan Bowery Mission in the soup kitchen and with the Saranac Lake Adult Center, helping wherever she is needed. Her hobbies include yoga, going for walks, and traveling. Future plans include obtaining a graduate degree and doing lots of traveling. She hopes to work for a non-profit serving others. Our 2023 Prince, Keith Villamore. Keith was raised in Red Creek, New York, the son of Tammy and Jerry Villamore, and brother to Aaron. He is a graduate of Red Creek Central School and is currently a student at North Country Community College, pursuing a liberal arts degree with plans to graduate in May of 2023. Keith volunteers as a youth soccer coach, and his hobbies include soccer, pond hockey, hiking, and exploring new areas. His future plans are to pursue a 4-year degree in psychology. And now it's time for our Archbishop, Janet Ordway. Born in Saranac Lake and raised in Onchayota, Janet spent her time growing up horseback riding, canoeing, camping, and snowmobiling with her many cousins. She graduated from Saranac Lake High School in 1977. She and her husband of 31 years, Ron, still live in Onchayota with their son, Chad. After 20 years in banking, Janet worked at Bloomingdale Elementary School as a cook for 10 years. She enjoyed seeing and interacting with students every day. For the last 7 years, she's worked at the Saranac Lake High School as a monitor. Now she has the pleasure of seeing and interacting with those same Bloomingdale students, watching them graduate and become young adults. She still enjoys being active in her free time, enjoying quilting, biking, and gardening, and just spending time with her family. She was honored to be offered the position of Archbishop and wishes everyone a happy carnival. At this time, I'd like to introduce our royal pages. Page couple number 1, June Ellsworth and Heath Moody. Ellsworth is the daughter of Bill and Meg and sister to Eve. She attends and loves St. Bernard School and is devastated when she has to miss a day. June loves to dance, her dog Otis, her cat Rue, and most importantly, her grandparents. June hopes to finish the Adirondack 40 Sixers this upcoming summer and someday be a sled dog musher in Alaska. Heath Moody is the son of Cameron and Erica Moody, and brother to Jacob and Andrea. He is also the grandson of former Queen Nancy Heath. Heath loves playing hockey, football, and baseball. If he isn't on the field or the ice, he's probably camping or playing Pokemon or chess. Heath is proud to represent the Bloomingdale Elementary this year at Carnival. And at this time, I would like to introduce our 2022 Winter Carnival Queen Martha Watts and King Dan Riley. And John Fillon. Annie Hoffnagel is the daughter of Todd and Emily. She has 2 older siblings, Catherine and Zachary, and 4 pets, dogs Oliver and Edward, and cats Janet and Ernie. Annie loves to compete in sports, playing lacrosse in the spring, soccer in the summer and fall, and basketball and skiing in the winter. When Annie grows up, she wants to be a school teacher. John Joaquin Pelham, or JJ as his friends call him, is also the son of John and Vanessa Pelham. He has 7 sisters total: Nellie, Lainey, Taya, Rosie, and Essie, as well as 2 furry 4-legged sisters named Maggie and Coco. His current passions in life are sports, which include skiing and football. He aspires one day to play football at the University of Nebraska and plans to travel the world, living in peace as a single man in a camper van, accompanied by 40 dogs. Page couple number 3, Aria Peckham and Luke Reynolds. in horseback riding and dance, including ballet and hip-hop. Aria is excited to be chosen as a Winter Carnival page this year and wishes everyone a happy carnival. Luke Reynolds, born in Saranac Lake, lives in Rainbow Lake and is the child of Sam Reynolds and Carrie Harwood. Luke has an older sister Maggie and two kitties, George and Merlin. If Luke could do any one thing every day, it would be riding his mountain bike. Luke plays soccer, skis, plays football, and loves math. He is kind and caring, would help anyone out at any given time. Loves to make people feel good, loves to challenge his mom, and loves to fish with his dad. Let's give a big round of applause to our Winter Carnival choir. So one quick joke. Janet, help me out. Okay, here we go. A Roman walks into a bar, holds up 2 fingers. I'll have 5 beers, please. Is that right, Mr. Dan? 5, is that enough? Since the first Winter Carnival over 100 years ago, there has always been a king and queen. At one time, beginning in 1947 through 1952, local high school students were elected by their peers. Then in the 1950s and 60s, there were celebrities such as Paul Harvey and Judy Carn. Since 1971, local persons have been honored by the community to serve as royalty. Nominations are submitted in writing, must be signed and include a resume of their community service. A committee of past kings and queens select a new king and queen. Members of the royal court are selected from our local high school. The prince and princesses are selected from our 2 local colleges, North Country Community College and Paul Smith's. The royal pages are chosen from names provided by the 3rd grade teachers in Saranac Lake School District and St. Bernard School. These names are placed in a hat, and the first 3 names of the boys and girls are drawn are named as the royal pages. The first local king and queen were Norma Allen and Chuck Pandolf. Since that time, many members of our community have been honored to serve as Winter Carnival royalty. A list of these citizens may be found in your program book. And now, will our 2022 King Dan and Queen Martha rise to receive our gratitude for a wonderful reign. I believe we need to help them with their robes.
We have a few people we'd like to thank. Just a few. I would like to thank everyone who made our Winter Carnival so much fun. A very special thanks to King Dan for being such a great king and a lot of fun to be with. I would like to thank the Women's Civic Organization that provided such a lovely coronation for us. I also want to thank the Winter Carnival Committee for putting on a really great Winter Carnival. We had so much fun. Now, I also want to thank the Ice Palace builders. We had a great Ice Palace, and I know we built another nice one too.
It's amazing what they can do in 5 days. Finally, to all of the community members who help with Winter Carnival and help during the year, who make Saranac Lake the very nicest place to live anywhere.
Greetings, most loyal and royal subjects. May all rise. There's not very many of you rising. If you feel that power, those of you that rose can sit. I really just wanted to issue one royal command, and this was my last chance as I'm being dethroned. They used to get rid of kings with the guillotine, so this speech is only slightly more humane. That was the one decree of my reign. You see, it is not a speaking role. You really don't need to talk for this job. The next king and queen will soon be sitting there, speechless. As king, you simply go to the castle or the amateur graces and smile and wave until the next event, which might be something you never heard of before. And although some days like today are freezing cold, you can always count on a couple of days of high winds when everyone has to hold on to their crown. And yes, sorry to say, there are traumatic moments. What's a kid think when she sees the king without an entourage, his robe stuck in the door of a frozen porta-john? Traumatic moments brings me to the phone call. When you get the phone call, at first you think it's a prank, but then you realize that Sherry doesn't do pranks. So while my mouth hangs open, she asks me, "Do you accept?" And a glimmer of consciousness returns, and I reply, "Oh, do people refuse?" I said, "How many did you have to ask before you got to me?" She said, "No one else," Sherry assures me, but she might be too nice to tell the truth. Anyway, there's no time to think about it. You quickly figure out that this is one of those questions, you know, with no correct answer. So I became king, as in, "Hey king," or "Hi kingy," or as one guy said, "It's the king thing." Like some sci-fi creature emerging not from a wondrous palace of ice, but from a frosted over porta-john. If you don't cause much trouble, you get to speak once, tonight. After all those hours of smiling and waving, the only thing anyone might remember is tonight, when the king spoke for the first and only time. What did he say? I don't know, he went on and on. He said, "Happy Carnival, long may our imaginary kingdom endure and thrive." Ha, he's not done yet. It was a blast hanging with Stacy, Jay, Martha, Sofu, Jessica, Bill, and Linda, even after 10 days of Bill singing those 80s songs, all of them, I'm pretty sure. Kudos to the Women's Civic Chamber for this event and so much more, and to the Kiwanis for the many youth activities that we've sponsored over the years. Special thanks to Aggie, who knew immediately to buy this crazy Go to Carnival suit, and to Nicholas, who started it all, and with whom I haven't gotten even yet, I mean properly thanked, and to Hannah, Kat, Winnie, Missy, Deb, and Tim, and all the rest of my family and friends, the royal household who got me from place to place. And a remembrance of my brother Jeff. We would have had a lot of fun, him making endless jokes about my kingship. Saranac Lake is such a small town, isn't it? And ain't it great? I'm grateful to live here, and so very grateful for the opportunity to be the real king of our fun and imaginary kingdom. Thank you.
Thank you both for those. By the decree of the royal subjects, we will now recognize the two citizens selected to reign as King and Queen of the 2023 Saranac Lake Winter Carnival. Will Royal Page June please bring the envelope to Queen Martha, and Royal Page Heath please bring the envelope to King Dan. Okay. This is the moment we have all been waiting for.
Okay.
Our 2023 Winter Queen was born in Saranac Lake and graduated from Saranac Lake High School. Her work experiences include working for the 1980 Governor's Commission, the I Love New York program located in Lake Placid at that time, the New York State Division of Parole, the New York State Department of Correctional Service at Adirondack Correctional Facility, retiring after 37 years of service. Her volunteer activities include Girl Scouts of America as a troop leader, Saranac Lake Youth Soccer Association coordinator, Mount Pisgah Host Patrol, Mountains in Motion as a backstage mom, PAL football cheerleading coach, Make a Difference Day, working with the Tri-Lake Humane Society on the Haunted Trail fundraiser, work with the American Cancer Society and the March of Dimes fundraiser. Anybody know what it is yet? Her hobbies include reading, sewing, walking, and cooking. She's a huge fan of thriller movies. She is the daughter of Kim and Betty, sister to Betsy, Kim, and the late Christine. She is married to Michael. She is mother to 2 children, son Evan and his wife Caitlin, and daughter Michaela. She is Mimi to Madeline and Gwyneth. Our 2023 Winter Queen is Patty Plouffe.
The envelope, please. And they sealed it really well. I have always wanted to do this. Our 2023 Winter Carnival King was born in Fort Worth, Texas. He graduated high school from Huntington High School on Long Island. He attended St. John's University, SUNY Stony Brook, and New York University of Technology. He has resided in Saranac Lake for approximately 19 years. His work history includes being a high school teacher at Cold Spring Harbor High School and an adjunct professor at Hofstra University. His volunteer activities include Adirondack Habitat for Humanity, the Community Store, the Saranac Lake, Gorda, the FISU Games, Ice Palace Workers Local 101, Adirondack Carousel, and the Saranac Lake Winter Carnival Committee. His favorite volunteer activity was being part of the Village Moving Brigade, moving merchandise for Ampersand to Mark Kurtz Photography, and Mark Kurtz Photography, sorry. He was awarded the Citizen of the Year in 2018 and received the Don Duso Ice Palace Award in 2020. His hobbies include building, woodworking, canoeing, traveling, and helping others. He has 4 granddaughters, 1 stepdaughter, 3 brothers, 1 sister, and his life partner, Sue Pickett Jones. Our Winter Carnival King is Marty Rowley.
congratulations to both of you. It's well deserved. Yes, definitely another round of applause for them. At this time, I would like to give some parting gifts to King Dan and Queen Martha for a awesome job that they did representing Winter Carnival. So, King Dan. And Queen Martha. And I'm very sorry to say, that is the end of your reign as King Dan and Queen Martha. So let's congratulate our 2023 royalty. So let the coronation begin. Will Paige Annie please bring forth the princess's crown?
I crown you Princess Azetta of the 2023 Saranac Lake Winter Carnival.
Will Paige John please bring forth the prince's crown?
I crown you Prince Keith of the 2023 Saranac Lake Winter Carnival.
Will Paige Aria please bring forth the queen's crown?
I crown you Queen Patty of the 2023 Saranac Lake Winter Carnival.
And will Paige Luke please bring forth the king's crown?
And I crown you King Marty of the 2023 Saranac Lake Winter Carnival.
Congratulations, Marty and Patty. It's my pleasure to introduce to you the chairman of the Winter Carnival, Jeff Branch.
Used to be able to walk up those stairs faster. And then see Barb's here, she knows her role. And before you get going, I just want to ask, is Joe Plum up there? You know it. Come on down, buddy. I don't want to hold us up. So I want to start by saying thank you to the Women's Civic Chamber for this great coronation and being the Ice Palace workers, coffee, hot chocolate, and snacks every morning. And for all the great things you do in our community. If something good is happening in Saranac Lake, you can guarantee that the Women's Civic Chamber has their hands in it. And I just thank you guys for all you do. You're an amazing group of individuals. That That being said, welcome to the 2023 Winter Carnival, 126 years of carnival magic and going strong. Think about that for a moment, 126 years. That speaks a lot about this community, how we can keep something based on volunteerism going for that long. It's an incredible community, and I'm so proud to be part of it. Before I move on to the awards, I'd like to recognize a few groups. I know one of the things I remember about my father when I was growing up, all the things he taught me. He taught me two things. He said, Jeff, when you're at work and you got nothing to do, pick up a broom and start pushing. And the other thing he said is always remember to say thank you. So I want to take a moment to thank some very important people. First of all, the Ice Palace Chair, Dean Baker, and the amazing members of the IPW, thank you very much. This year we had a Coliseum made of ice standing on the shores of the Saranac Bay and Lake Flower, adorned with ice chariots and protected by ice lines thanks to Doc Ward and his merry band of ice carvers. This year it wasn't easy. Mother Nature once again tried to foil the IPW, much like she did in 2016, and once again she failed. This year she hit the IPW with record warm temperatures and thin ice. The IPW, with a smile on their face, looked Mother Nature back in the eye and simply said, hold my beer. And they, in 5 days, built a Coliseum. That is very incredible. Excuse me. The Winter Carnival Committee has also been very busy planning, plotting, and organizing what I am sure will be a carnival for the record books. I have the pleasure of working alongside this great committee. I have said it before, and will continue to say it. You guys are the greatest, most dedicated group of people I've ever gotten to know, so thank you very much. I know attendance is short here tonight because of the cold weather, but I would really like it if all members of the IPW and all members of the Winter Carnival Committee would please stand up and be recognized. And if you don't stand up, I'm coming out to get you, so stand up. Joe, you coming? Okay. With that being said, I'm going to recognize a few businesses. For those of you that don't know, the Winter Carnival is 100% volunteer. It's not paid for with tax dollars, it's not paid for with grants, it's paid for with contributions, and most importantly, donations and sponsorships. So that being said, I'd like to thank, first of all, the Kiwanis. The Kiwanis actually, they cover, we don't have to charge for any events because the Kiwanis cover that, and thank you to the Kiwanis very much. So the kids, anyone who comes out, they can afford it, if they don't know if they should come, don't worry about it. It's not about money, you come and have fun, and the Kiwanis are going to take care of you. The Luck Brothers, you see the fabulous crane out by the Ice Palace. The Luck Brothers donates that to us every year. Danny Trim drives it. Thank you very much to Luck Brothers. We have a pretty cool looking Bobcat out there, driven by Darren, that is donated every year by Bobcat and Homer Brothers. We also have something we started. Joe, you here? Okay, thank you. We also have something that was started last year by Heidi and Bill Madden. It's the Madden Foundation. They created a foundation to give money to Winter Carnival, for equipment for Winter Carnival. Or one of the things they do, I think is fantastic, is if you want to build a float, if you want to participate in a parade and you can't quite afford it, you can put in an application and they'll help you out with that. So thank you, Heidi and Bill. Cliff Cochran has an excavator park that's a machine that picks up the ice blocks out of the Ice Palace every year. Cliff has been doing that longer than I can remember. He's donated that and Cliff drives it. I think Cliff has picked up every block of ice that's come out of the Pontiac Bay since we started using equipment. So thank you, Cliff Cochran. Lakeview Deli, every day they provide soup and sandwiches for the IPW. If they're closed, they still provide it. They send it over to the History Hut. If they're open, we go over and pick it up. Thank you, Buffy and the Lakeview Deli. The Village of Saranac Lake, the Saranac Lake Police and Fire Department, Saranac Lake DPW, the Mayor's Office, and the Village Manager for all the tremendous support you provide before, after, and throughout Carnival. I would just like to say that anytime we need something from the village, all we have to do is pick up the phone and call the manager, the mayor, the DPW, or the police department, and they are there without question, without hesitation, and we could not do this without you guys, so thank you, Village of Saranac Lake. And last but not least, there are a lot of outside agencies that help out, the DEC, state troopers, NCON, the Sheriff's Department, both Franklin and Essex County. They help keep us safe, and they help us mostly in the parade, but throughout Winter Carnival. So thank you very much to all the outside agencies. All right, thank you for listening. And just finally, it is so important that we support our sponsors. So I just ask you to take time to look at who our sponsors are, whether it's in our program book or on our Facebook page or web page, and take a minute, see who our sponsors are, and see if you can't go and support them in one way or another. So thank you to the sponsors. Now, for the fun stuff. Joe, you here? Come on up, Joe. So the other night I was watching Joe, and I think it was maybe Kurt up on the wall, and Joe had this amazing red slush bucket up there. And that bucket sat up there and produced slush all night long, and they never had to fill it. For those of you that don't know, a slush is the glue that holds our house together, and Joe was up there. And I thought that was the coolest thing, so Bart, Joe, I got you your own slush bucket. That's for you. That's for Joe and all the crew that Joe brings here. Thank you for that. Thank you, Joe. All right. Thank you. Thank you. No, love you, brother. Hey, Joe. Where are you going? Joe. Joe, come back. Come back. So one of the awards we give out is called the Don Duso Award. The recipient of this award is chosen by Dean Baker, our House Chairman. It recognizes a person for their outstanding contributions to the Ice Palace over the years. Since he started working on the palace, he has learned the art of building an ice palace and has brought in new generations of workers with him. He has designed several of our recent ice palaces and has taken on the task of designing and installing the lighting. Hopefully he will continue for many years. This year, award goes to Joe Plum. Thank you, Joe, and thank you all of your crew. Nice. Okay. Hey, Joe, come back. Come on back. No, come on back. Come on back. I'm just kidding. Go on. Get it.
All week.
You're welcome, and you're well deserved, Mr. Plum. The Katie Morgan Full-Measure Service Award. This award is given to a business or organization that has gone above and beyond helping out Saranac Lake Winter Carnival. This year's award goes to the group of post-firework cleanup crew headed up by Tyler Merriam. Every year for many years now, Tyler and his group of volunteers help clean up the debris left behind by the fireworks show. They bring in their rakes, their shovels, their gloves, and whatever is necessary to ensure that our beautiful park is clean and debris-free every year. So thank you very much, Tyler, and thank you to your crew. Is Tyler here tonight? Last and certainly not least, this next recipient of the Truro Award is not going to have to walk far. The Truro Award, where am I? The true award is awarded for best exemplifying Saranac Lake Winter Carnival spirit. This year's recipient is full of Winter Carnival spirit. The person will do anything he can to make Winter Carnival a success. Some of the things he has done over this years are to ensure the Ice Palace is built. He, along with 3 old guys construction, did the finishing of the inside of the History Hut and gift shop, along with the ramp and stairs of the entrance. He initiated many changes and improvements. He has also taken the responsibility as our Winter Carnival treasurer, and now actually our Winter Carnival king, so, Everything you're asking him, he's always willing to do. We proudly select Marty Wally as our one final thing to do. Rob Russell, please stand up. As you may or may not know, this is my last year as chairman. My time has come to an end, and after a long search, maybe a little arm twisting, Rob Russell has, more than a couple. Rob Russell has agreed to become your next Saranac Lake Winter Carnival chairman, and I just thank you very much. Thank you, Rob. My personal assistant, Nancy. Nancy keeps me calm. She talks me off cliffs. When I'm ranting and raving and upset, Nancy calls me and says, "What's wrong, Jeff?" Nancy, thank you so much for everything you do for me and for Winter Carnival. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff. It's amazing what the Saranac Lake community is. There's so many giving people. It's awesome to live here. And now, our royal pages have been rehearsing a song and dance, and I don't think they're asleep, so I think they're ready to perform. Let's go.
I should have taught you how to do this, Johnny.
Thank you.
What a great job by these pages. Let's give them another round of applause. Great job, pages. I'd like to introduce Director Mr. Keith Covet and the Saranac Lake High School Jazz Ensemble for a short concert. Take it away, Mr. Covet. Thank you, Mr. Kogut, and all of our awesome musicians at the high school. They are just outstanding. And they spend, yes, definitely. They commit to early morning so that they can produce this for us. Thank you, Mr. Kogut and the Saranac Lake High School Jazz Ensemble, our Winter Carnival Court, who have long been a part of the Winter Carnival with their original song and dance numbers, will now show you why they've been so popular throughout the years.
The legends and the myths, Achilles and his gold.
They spend countless hours practicing and practicing, just like the pages. It's quite a commitment to this, and I know that I'm very proud of all of them. Great job. And at this time, I would like to introduce our court spokespersons.
Good evening. My name is Jacqueline Kilo, and it is my pleasure, along with my partner, Sam Ash, as spokesperson for the Winter Carnival Court, to welcome everyone to the 2023 Saranac Lake Winter Carnival Coronation. We are thrilled to be a part of the Winter Carnival celebration and would like a round of applause for the Women's Civic Chamber, who has done so much to host a special evening for the community.
There are many people to thank for allowing us to be a part of this wonderful event. First, we'd like to thank our high school faculty and classmates for selecting us as their representatives this year. We appreciate Mrs. Diana Schwartz and Janet Ordway, who agreed to be our Chamberlain and Archbishop. Thank you also to our parents and families, as well as to our advisor, Katie Fisher, who has worked around our busy schedules for the past several months. Katie, will you please stand and come receive a gift of our appreciation?
Many individuals and businesses have helped us with our fundraising this year. We particularly want to recognize Ken Lawless and his staff at the Downhill Grill Restaurant and all the community members who bought tickets for our 50/50 raffle. Our thanks also goes out to Renee Stevens for making our festive and fun carnival hats. We further wish to thank Jimmy and Johnny Williams at Tia Billions for helping our gentlemen of the court look so dapper tonight.
For many of us up here, this is our first time dancing on stage. We would like to thank the Dance Sanctuary for allowing us to practice at the studio. We also want to give a very special thank you to our choreographer, Vanessa Fillen, who has so generously given us so many hours of her time. We couldn't have done it without her. Vanessa, will you please come up and accept a small token of our gratitude? Now, would Sadie please come up to the stage and receive a token of gratitude from our carnival pages?
On behalf of each court member, we would like to thank all the wonderful volunteers who make Winter Carnival happen. We will always remember our week celebrating roaming around in Saranac Lake. Happy 2023 Winter Carnival, everyone.
Thank you, Jacqueline and Sam, for that. At this time, I would like to turn this back over to Kathy Wigger of the Women's Civic Chamber.
Okay, at this time, I'd like to present a token of appreciation to Archbishop Janet Ordway and Chamberlain Diana Schwartz. I would also like to present a court with certificates of appreciation, and we also have hats for each page donated by the Women's Civic Chamber. I would like to thank the members of the Women's Civic Chamber for their hard work organizing the coronation. Please give them a hand. They did a great job getting this year. I would also like to thank the town of Harrystown for their support in holding this event, including Jenny Rush and John Wheeler. Emily Gillette on the lights. Eric Wilson and Good Guy Productions. Brendan Keogh and Fortune Keogh Funeral Home. The Saranac Lake Winter Carnival Committee. The Saranac Lake Fire Department and Fire Police. The Saranac Lake Village Police. Keith Koga and the Saranac Lake Jackson. The members of Northern Lights Choir directed by Helen DeBong. Kara Rio, Kathy LeBlanc, and Sadie Potzik. Katie Fisher and Vanessa Pillen. The Danish Sanctuary. Jim Minnie of On-Site Computer Services, our sound man. Clyde Baker and Rice Furniture. St. Joe's. So I hope all participants, citizens, and guests have enjoyed their time with us and will remember this coronation and our carnival with fondness and joy because of what Carnival is all about. Thank you one and all for being a part of Carnival. So please stay seated while the royal family recesses down the aisle and returns to the stage for pictures. Then after the photos, the royal family will receive their subjects at the Elks Lodge across from Stewart's, and everyone is welcome.